today we are going to just keep it casual and do a Chatty Get Ready with me because we are going to Disney on Ice today and just got a fun day planned, so I'm planning on doing a little bit of a Disney inspired look. I'm going to go ahead and just start off with my skincare real quick. I'm going to go ahead and take my Clinique Moisture Surge. So starting off, I'm going to just do a little bit of skin prep with my Clinique Moisture Surge. And then just put that over my face. So yeah, Bella's birthday is actually on the 18th of the month. But we are just celebrating it a little bit early because we've got some fun plans for Disney on Ice, and we did this last year, so we're kind of looking forward to, you know, we loved it so much last year that we decided to take one of her cousins again this year and do that again. We kind of like switch up between which cousins she takes, so it'll be fun to be able to get to do that this year. After doing Abby's first birthday party last year, I'm going to take my Bare Minerals Foundation Primer. But after Abby's first birthday last year, we had a big birthday party for her. And it was fun. It was great. It was just a little bit overwhelming for us, and she didn't really, you know, I think the crowds got to her a little bit. So the weekend after that, we did Disney on Ice. It was just so nice just to kind of be able to go and do. And Abby stayed with her grandparents. We're not taking her this year because we just don't quite feel like she's old enough to be able to enjoy it. But, you know, after doing that last year and just not planning a big old birthday party and just doing cake afterwards, cake and presents afterwards, it was pretty much our deciding factor that we really don't want to do any birthday parties. We kind of wanted to just do something fun, and I kind of look at it from a money perspective. Like, I'm going to take my Anastasia brow gel. This is a new product to me, so I'm just going to take that, and I am kind of playing around with it still, so just going to use that to brush through my brow hairs. So yeah, after doing Disney on Ice, after the birthday party last year, we just decided that, you know what, I mean, we'll do cake and ice cream, something small with family, but we just don't feel the need to throw like a big birthday party. I mean, I might as well just take that same money and spend it on, you know, spend more on doing something that they really want to do, because really, and Abby more so than Bella, she just gets really nervous and anxious in crowds, and she just doesn't enjoy herself. And I'm just kind of like, why would I do that when, you know, she doesn't even enjoy it, and trying to make her to do that for her birthday to kind of appease people who are wanting to let her, you know, to let her do a birthday party. You know, we took her to the zoo last week and she just had so much fun with it and got to see the animals. It was just us and my parents, and we took her out to lunch, got to sing her happy birthday, and you know what, by the time the zoo was done, she was ready for a nap. It was just such a good day that, you know, it just kind of confirmed it right there. Like, why do a birthday party? For those who want to do a birthday party, that's great. If that's what your kids enjoy, that's what you guys enjoy doing. Just for us, it's just not working. It just, you know, and I mean, as the kids get older and they're like, Mom, Dad, I really want a birthday party. Yeah, I'm sure we'll go ahead and do that. But for right now, I just don't feel the need to, and still they start really begging me to, but I'd rather just give them like a good experience than having everybody be like, hey, you need a birthday party. So far I'm actually kind of liking that brow pencil, or that brow gel. It's doing good. I've never used a tinted brow gel before, but I'm going to take my Anastasia Brow Definer and just kind of draw in and fill in some gaps there that I kind of feel like need a little extra help. So just being able to kind of do that with her. And then Disney on Ice this year. Last year it was, I forgot the exact title of it, but the show we went to last year was called something like Wish Upon a Star, or some kind of like dream kind of thing. It was more geared towards Disney princesses. I'm not entirely sure what this one is this year, it's called. That it'll be called, it's called Disney's or it's called Mickey's Search Party. I think there are some princesses there, some ones that we didn't see in the show last year. But that's just the one that was playing near us, so we decided to go for it. Letting the girls dress up a little bit. Bella's birthday present was an Elsa dress. So we got to be able to do that and enjoy that and have fun with that. For my eyeshadow primer, I'm going to just take the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Eden. I'm just going to take that all over my eyelids. And then I'll tap it in with my Beauty blender here. I am going to go ahead and do like a Disney inspired look, a Minnie Mouse inspired. Normally I have my looks kind of figured out before I go on camera, but because this is a more of a casual video, I decided to just kind of go for it. I know what I'm going to be doing, just I don't know how it's going to turn out yet, but I'm going to start with my Too Faced Pretty Rich palette, and I'm going to go into the shade, oops, Fancy That on my Morphe M441 fluffy blending brush. Let me get that in focus. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that all over my crease, and that's just going to be my base crease shade right there. Just blend that in. So, I mean, we're excited, you know, we're excited to do Disney on Ice. I know for us, we're not big Disney fans. I mean, I like the Disney princesses and like getting into Disney and things like that. However, Disneyland, I absolutely hated it as a kid. I went 3 times as a kid and I hated it every time. Especially going on rides and stuff and like the 4D stuff. I don't like when I can't see what's in front of me. I don't like not being able to see. Like, I hate special effects. I hate roller coasters and things like that. Or I love roller coasters. I hate not being able to see where the roller coaster is going to lead me and what's in front of me. Like, I cannot stand that. So I completely, like, as an adult, decided to just swear off Disney. And honestly, Marty doesn't really like it. And the roller coasters that aren't bad are just not fun enough. I mean, we'll take the kids as they get older. Like, as little one here probably turns to be about 5. You know, we're gonna give it about 5 years. That way they can remember. That way, you know, we'll take them to Disney so they can at least say that, hey, mom and dad did take them to Disney. But in all reality, like, for us, we'd rather go to like Six Flags or do something a little bit more fun. And we're like more like, you know, like the shopping and stuff, it's cool, and I wouldn't mind going back for the shopping and the photo opportunities and things like that. I just don't want to do Disney itself and deal with like the 4D and all of that stuff. Alright, so for the next palette, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the Ace Beaute Vintage Dawn palette. I got this in my BoxyCharm last month. I'm going to go ahead and take like the red and both the blues here. I'm going to start off with this blue shade here called Sky, and that's going to go ahead and go into my, like, the outer half of my lid, and I'm going to blend that up into the crease a little bit. I'm just kind of thinking Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, kind of like the Walt Disney stuff. For me, I've got a really cute outfit that I'll show you guys here in a minute, and then I'm just going to take it and blend it out. That blue is kind of looking a little bit patchy, but I think we can work with it. I'm still kind of testing out this palette. So far, I really like it. And I mean, like, I didn't quite think I'd be able to get a transition shade, but actually the shade Horizon does work really well, but definitely feel like this palette needs a complementary palette with it. I definitely would not recommend using it on its own unless you are truly into like the pure vibrant colors. But I mean, I'm loving the palette. I'm loving the concept of this palette. I think it's really cool. Next, I think I'm going to go ahead and take I'm going to start with my finger, and I'm going to go in with the shade Gleam, and I'm going to pop that on the center of my lid. And just kind of see how that works there. There we go, that's not bad. I'm going to take this a little bit more over because I'm debating on adding a glitter on top of it, but we'll see how the look's going to turn out first. So next, I'm going to take a slightly bigger flat shader brush here. I'm going to go into the shade Dew, and I kind of want to just get that inner corner a little bit lighter. I feel like this look is starting to look a little bit dark. Even going in with my finger a little bit to just really brighten that up. I feel like this look definitely needs to be a little bit lighter. I'm really wanting to go more Minnie Mouse theme. I think that maybe that blue might have been a little bit dark, but we're gonna go ahead and try and make it work. You know, you never know how an eyeshadow look is gonna turn out on you until you do it, which is why I typically will do a practice round before I do a tutorial, just because nothing ever turns out the way you want it to. And actually I might go ahead and add a little bit of that same shade over here a little bit, just to create some more color. I want to lighten that up right there. I really want to lighten that up. Somehow I'm trying to figure it out. I feel like this looks a little bit dark for wanting to do more Disney inspired. Let me see if I can somehow lighten this side over here up a little bit more, create more of a halo effect instead of a faded effect. So yeah, that might work. Let me see. Maybe once we add the glitter glue will be a little bit better, but I'm going to go back in with that red shade, try and pop it out a little bit more. Or the glitter shade, just to create more of an icier effect. I'm going to just go in and just try and blend that out. Hey, you win some, you lose some, but we'll make this work. This look will come together one way or another. May not be exactly the way I envisioned it, but it will work. Because I'm me and I can work with makeup. So just thought of something. I've got these Cover FX drops. Maybe instead of using a full-on like glitter, because my original thought was to maybe put this shade Diamond Life and dab it over the red, but so actually I'm really liking that effect. I put that, it's the shade Diamond Life, and I put that on the inner corner of my eyes. That's really pretty. Should really like that. Do that to the other eye. Now my mind is going in a million different directions, so let's just see what's gonna happen from there. Let me see. I could try and do something with this. I'm not quite sure yet. I hate to like go too overboard. Let me see if I can maybe do something. Got a very thin lip brush here. Let me see if I can maybe use this as like some kind of liner or something. Just create some kind of, yeah, that might be cute. Definitely don't want to overpower that red there, because I really want that red to stand out. I think I may have gone a little bit heavy on the inner corner here, but I'm going to go ahead and try and fix that up by bringing some of that red back out. So I'm going to go ahead and just try and take that shade Gleam again and just try and bring that out just a little bit more. This is just the process, just trying to blend, go, and blend, and go. I kind of really am not liking that blue right there, but I think if I try and mess around with it too much, it's just not going to work out right. So we're just going to leave it for now. Alright, so now we're going to just try and brighten that up over there, and adding some more of that Cover FX drops over here. Just try and blend and get an overall kind of a sparkle effect. I'm just lightly tapping it in. Just getting an overall kind of icier effect. I'm thinking like Disney, kind of princessy, Mickey Mouse. I wanted to go with more Minnie Mouse style, which I think we can still get, and you'll see once I kind of put the full look together that it'll probably end up working out. But just wanting to lighten up some of that. I don't know, maybe it's just the mood I'm in today. Just kind of like really wanting to be light and bright, but just kind of feeling like I can't quite get there. And I'm just going back and forth, trying to add in more red. Okay, I'm popping up that red back out. There we go. I don't know, this might just look muddy at this point, be a mess. But that's alright, that's life. Win some, you lose some. Alright, I think the best thing to do right now would be to just leave the eyes alone and work on the rest of the face. Because I mean, it's there, like the colors are there, they're just not there in the way I was kind of hoping they'd be like there. But let's work on the rest of the face. I did go ahead and pick up the Colourpop Pretty Fresh, their tinted moisturizer. So I have mine in the shade 4N. When I was swatching them yesterday, I think the shade 5N would have worked a little bit better for me, going with more of a lighter shade instead of the fair. But I mean, fair's not too often. They ran out of the shade 5, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. We're just going to test it out because I mean, there are things they can do. I like teeter right on that line between like being fair and being light. So it just kind of depends. Like this time of the year, I think I run more fair. You know, and I do love a good tinted moisturizer. So, and I know like they run a little bit lighter because it is a tinted moisturizer. If I'm not quite exact on the match, it's not like an overly thing I have to worry about. I mean, so far color match is doing pretty good actually. I'm not overly worried about it. Definitely not a full coverage, but that's, you know, I bought that for the sake of I'm wanting a little bit more of a light coverage kind of foundation. I like the feeling of a light coverage better anyway, and it's been a while since I've added one of those to my collection. Overall, I mean, it might be a little bit of a rosier tone, but once I add bronzer and things like that, I think I'll be okay. So we do have a first impression here. My daughter ate my beauty blender, so yeah, there's a giant chunk out of it. I am getting more. I'm thinking from sneak peeks, it looks like the BoxyCharm is doing like Luxie beauty blenders. So before I go out and buy one, I might just see if I get one in my BoxyCharm. I think it's between that and a brush set. But if not, I'll just go back and just get some more of these Real Technique brushes. Or beauty blenders. I do really like them. So, you know, and I'm not like a huge beauty blender person. I prefer more of a brush, but because this is a tinted moisturizer, I'm actually going to go ahead and just use the beauty blender. It just kind of depends on the mood I'm in that day, whether or not I want something more full or sheared out. But with my like fuller coverage foundations, like if I'm using like my Too Faced Born This Way, I will usually shear it out more with a brush. It just kind of depends on the mood I'm in. Right now I'm in the mood for a beauty blender. I was working with my fingers for a while on foundation, but I just don't like all that on my hands. I mean, I know it's not a big deal to go wash your hands, and if I'm in the right mood, I'll do it, but reality is I don't like putting that on my hands. I'm trying to do my makeup, and then I usually got to stop in the middle of my makeup to take care of my kids, because if, you know, just in mom life, you don't always get to just do things straight through. It's kind of like, you know, you got to do something for 5 minutes and then do another thing for 5 minutes. The thing I do have going for me though is that, so I'm using the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I have mine in the shade Fair 08. But the thing I do have going for me though is that I do, like the way my mind operates, it's like I run very like chaotic. So it's like I don't like just sitting and doing one thing like all the way through. I can't just sit there for like 2 hours and do this. I mean, when it comes to like filming and trying to get ready and things like that, yeah, I can. But the reality is, like when I'm like trying to like do my house or clean my house or something, I'll go and I'll do laundry for 15 minutes. Then I'll go and like do a little bit of dusting or maybe the dishes, and I'll come back to the dishes a little bit later. And that's just, for me, like that's the way my mind works, and that's what works great for me, and it really works in my favor as a mom. What? And, you know, that's just, it's the way my mind works, and, you know, being a mom, it definitely does benefit me, you know, because it's the way my kids need me. I can't just sit there and do something, you know, I got to stop in the middle of what I'm doing because they have a need that needs to be met, whether they need to eat or they need to be changed or what. But I mean, it really does tend to work in my favor that I am like that. So as I'm sitting here actually filming this, I've probably gotten up about 10 times right now and just edited all of that out because, you know, my family needs me. I've got kids, you know, and once this new baby gets here, it'll be a lot. You know, it's going to be like that even more so. So I try to give myself plenty of time in the mornings. However, that's not always the case. So we're gonna go back and do the lower lash line. You know, now that I've got my foundation on, I've kind of allowed myself to sit and look at my eyes a little bit. I've been feeling this a little bit more. I think I am gonna go back into the shade Sky and bring out that blue a little bit more. And just kind of keeping the glitter on the inner corner. Now that my face is done, I don't have all the darkness on my face, because I mean, I probably should have pointed this out beforehand, but I've got really dark under eye circles. I call them my tired mom eyes because it is true. I'm not exactly sleeping good right now, just dealing with some pregnancy insomnia and things like that, and it doesn't help that we co-sleep with my 2-year-old, which we've been saying we're gonna fix, but we just don't. And I mean, we're gonna have to get there because I'm so uncomfortable right now, but it's just at this point not working out. All right, so I like that blue there. I like the way the shimmer is doing. I just had to see it from a different perspective on my face, so I feel like we are getting somewhere here. Lower lash line. Let's see, I don't know what I want to do with my lower lash line. I don't know if I want to bring out that blue or if I want to do something with the red, or maybe I'll do, let's see, let's start with the blue. I'm just going to take my Morphe M213 flat brush here, and I'm just going to take that shade Sky again, and I'm just going to see what can go from there. I probably could line my waterline, but I'll again just see where we're at first. So I mean, so far, I mean, I'm liking the blue. I think it's doing okay. I mean, I usually, when I do my lower lash line, I usually take the color on the inner corner and bring it out. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take my Morphe M43 or M431 pencil brush and take some of that red and kind of just mix it in a little bit. It's probably gonna end up a little bit purple, but just to bring some of that out. With the shade Fancy That from the Too Faced palette, and just kind of smooth out the edges a little bit. And then, you know what? I know how I can pull out that red. I'm going to use my Dose of Colors eyeliner in the shade New Flame, and I'm going to use that for my waterline. That's how I'm going to bring out that red. There. I think that'll work. What?
Mommy, bath.
You want a bath? I'm not giving you a bath right now. So for the inner corner here, I'm just going to take the shade Dew and just pop that in my inner corner to just give it a nice highlighting effect. I'm not completely at the end, but before I put on my mascara, actually, I'm going to do my concealer trick because definitely needs it this morning. Let me find my cut crease brush. So I just use a small little liner brush. Take my concealer, which I would also use for a cut crease if I did do one of those. And I'm just going to take a little bit, just a tiny bit there. And I'm going to take it and just wing it out. Take my beauty blender and just tap it out and just blend it out. And that, for me, I think it just creates a nice sharp contrasted wing. I'm not like the most coordinated when it comes to wing. I'll tap it out with my finger, but it does create that shape that I want. And if I'll clean up whatever edges I feel like I need to, if I need to go down lower or what. But for me, this is just like, I have my face on. I don't feel like using a makeup wipe. This concealer works great. And by the way, I don't typically set my concealer down just because my skin is dry and I haven't really found a translucent powder that I like to really do it. I mean, sometimes I'll do it, especially if I'm wanting a little bit more of a brightening effect, but for the most part, I just won't. What? Alright, so now that I've kind of got that where I wanted it to go, I do need new beauty blenders, that's for sure. I don't know why I only have one on me. But I'm going to go ahead and take my Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara. This is a newer one. I'm liking it so far. I'm actually really liking it so far because it's like separating and lengthening and stuff. I don't typically curl my lashes, quite honestly. I'm just too scared to because like I have such sensitive eyes and I'm like, not sure if I want to. But, you know. But yeah, like I said, I may or may not put on false eyelashes. I usually just don't have time in the morning to just sit and do that. So I mean, today I keep saying I want to do more with false eyelashes, but I never do. Unless it's like a wedding or, somewhere I really want to like get dressed up and get fancy for. but the reality is I just don't like dealing with them. They just get uncomfortable. I mean, if someone does them, like if a makeup artist or something does them on me, I do good. I'm just not quite coordinating enough. I'm getting better at it as I practice. I just don't ever feel the need to wear them, you know, because I always end up taking them off like halfway through the day, and then it's just a mess on my eyes. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and add just one more coat of that mascara, just to give it a little bit more fullness. It does take a little bit to dry down, but again, it doesn't really bother me too much. I can always come back and add another coat later, but it does allow me to really get my lashes where I want them. Don't you just love how mascara completely like transforms a makeup look? Just think it's so cool how that happens. Like, it just like completely just kind of transforms the look, and now I'm like, okay. So see, I told you we'd get the eyes where I want them. I like them now. Just going through the process kind of gets a little bit crazy. So, all right, bronzer. I'm going to go ahead and take my e.l.f. Baked Bronzer. I'm just gonna use the bronzer side for right now. I'm just gonna take just a fluffy brush here. And I'm not gonna really do a whole lot of contour. I'm not into contouring, quite honestly. I just don't feel like taking the time to do it most days. I mean, what I do isn't exactly a quick makeup routine, because I do enjoy sitting down here. And honestly, like that for me is, I build up my confidence, you know, every day. Although I'm getting up like 10,000 times to try and take care of my kids, for me the whole process of getting up in the morning and getting ready to go is like, it's seriously therapeutic. Like, I get up in the morning, I pray, have a cup of coffee, I get ready to go, and like as I'm doing all of that, I feel like I'm just building myself up for the day, and I'm building up my confidence for the day. And sitting down and taking the time to do my hair and makeup really makes a difference. Like, as I see myself going from bedhead, kind of not really looking too great, to putting on my face, and each step of the process along the way, and I see something get more put together, it really just makes me feel good. And like by this point, as I'm like contouring, my face is coming together, I'm like starting to feel all kind of sassy and fun. And it's kind of like the effect of coffee. You know how you see the Cinderella thing where it goes from rags, the transformation, up to like the ball gown? Like, I kind of feel like that when I get ready in the mornings. You know, you're just like, eh. So yeah, does anyone else get like that, or is it just me? It's just kind of like the way that I feel in the mornings. I'm gonna go ahead, this is new to my collection, taking the Milani blush in the shade Coral Cove. I have the one in the shade Blossom Time Rose, and I like seriously am in love with it. I'm gonna take a big pink brush here. I don't know the brand of this. Marty, once every couple of years, Marty will buy me some makeup brushes, and he got me a new set this year, so this was my Christmas present. I absolutely love them. Because like for me, I'll buy brushes as I go, but I usually don't buy a whole set at a time. So he'll usually be like, okay, you know, he'll look at my brushes and he'll be like, okay, I know that you use these, so I'm gonna get you a new set. And it just, I love it every year, because he does put a lot of time and effort into it. So for a highlighter, I'm gonna go ahead and take my Colourpop Supershock highlighter in the shade Flexitarian. This is definitely one of my favorite highlighters. I'm gonna take a fan brush. I'm just gonna go ahead and run it across the tops of my cheeks. And then down my nose. I'm gonna take a little bit with whatever's left over on this brush and just put it on my nose. Then go up here a little bit. And just kind of create a dewy effect right here and here. And I'm probably gonna regret this, but since I got the idea of using my lovely Cover FX drops, I totally forgot to say the shade names of this, but this is in the shade Luna. But I'm debating on maybe putting it over my highlight. Yeah, just a little bit. So I'm gonna take this, I'm just gonna take a little bit here and just kind of add it right over my highlight, kind of pinpointing that. Now that that's done, for lips, I completely forgot what I was gonna do for lips until just now, but I'm gonna go with a bold lip today. Again, just because I don't get to do it very often. You know, I'm really trying to like bring out like the Disney kind of side of me in my makeup today. So I'm gonna go in with the NYX Professional lip pencil in the shade, what shade is this? I don't know what shade this is. Oh, Hot Red. I'm gonna line my lips with that. Then I'm gonna go ahead and take my Fenty Beauty. That's my Stunna lip paint in the shade Uncensored. Again, I don't normally go this bold, but because I am going for like a themed look today, I'm gonna have fun with it. Stuff, seriously, you guys gotta be like super careful with putting on because it will get overwhelming super fast. So just being careful. I love the finish on this stuff. It's nice and velvet. It's just take this lip brush here and just really kind of fill in and spread out the color a little bit better. Definitely feeling them. I'm feeling sassy right now, spicy. I don't know, I might end up taking this off, but who knows. I'm not gonna add a gloss or anything like that. As much as I'd love to maybe add some of these, I already have them on my eyes and cheeks. I'm just not gonna do that right now. So I'm gonna go get dressed and show you my shirt real quick. Well, really quickly, I'm gonna take my MAC Fix Plus, the shade Goldlite, and spray it all over my face. Then I'm gonna go get my shirt on real quick, show you my ears, and we will be done. Alright, so I do want to go ahead and show you the shirt real quick. It says something wonderful is about to happen, and it's kind of in, like, I feel like the Mickey Mouse colors. And it's got my little feet here, the belly shot. I was gonna get a Disney shirt, but I didn't feel like spending $20 when I found this at the thrift store. And then I've just got my Minnie Mouse ears here that I'm going to put on. And I don't know how much in frame this is gonna get, but this is kind of the look as a whole. So I know that this video was a longer than normal. It's my first true kind of chatty get ready with me video, so I hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new here, and welcome. I do videos focusing on beauty and motherhood, and if you are back, thank you for tuning in and enjoying this video, and I will see you in the next video. God bless, and bye guys.